Outside Tatum. White for three. Hits a three-pointer.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Here's Brunson. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Three-pointer Holiday. And the Celtics another three.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
Fast break. Here come the Celtics.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
First team foul.
First quarter, just over a minute and a half in.
Oh, Mr. Towns can hurt you from anywhere, and that includes putting it on your head.
Defensive foul, charge 2.
Outside Holiday. Lets it go from deep. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Holiday's got 6.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Doris, how about the emergence of Jalen Brunson? The Knicks got him as a free agent.
B.A., it's incredible because the Knicks, when they signed him back in the summer of 2022, many voices were out there saying it's an overpay, you paid Jalen too much. Well, guess what? All NBA performer, and that contract looks like a bargain.
And here's New York now, trailing by 5. Here's Hart. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Well, OG Anunoby is going to continue to develop his game, and that pass, that was pretty.
Hit his foot. Kick. And it's whistled a kick.
Kick ball. When have you ever seen a kick ball in 2K? Watch this, watch this. Oh my goodness. Oh
First
my
quarter basketball,
god.
just over 2.5 minutes played so far.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Outside
Oh.
Tatum. Good with the shot. Good work defensively by Towns. Knicks trail by 3. And Allie LaForce spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Allie.
We talked about some of the challenges that they'll face tonight, not the least of which is defending Jason Tatum. He said the guy plays with so much confidence. He's a great scorer from all 3 levels. He can go for 40, 50, 60 in a night. We just have to try and make someone else beat us.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. So it's Boston now. After the basket by New York on the other end. White for 3. Sinks it from distance. We give him 8.
With conviction.
Outside, Brown. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall,
Well, this
too.
guy's shaking the screen way too much. Oh my god.
Off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Guys, watch this, watch this.
And of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
NBA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
Pass to Horford. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Derek White getting it done to the Celtics. He put together 10 points in the quarter. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And for Boston guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, you have to look at the advantage they have in the turnover department. I mean, that's a huge advantage for them in this game.
Offensively, they took care of the ball, and defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
Oh, big finish!
Did you see that? sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Pritchard nails it from 3.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. Knicks trail by 3. Inside. Achua with the dunk.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And it's Tatum missing. And New York has possession. That puts them in the lead. When you look back at the history of the league, Doris, no position has evolved more than the center.
You know, B.A., that's a tremendous point because when you look at some of the best players in the league, they occupy the 5 spot.
Gilbert Cheese never hurt anyone.
Defensively protect the rim. Be able to switch out and guard smaller players at the perimeter. Now you're being asked to be able to make shots from 3. I mean, the big man's got a lot of responsibility in today's game.
Now here's Bridges. No made baskets yet.
Well, you cannot let Mikal Bridges get into the
time out here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Tatum with a screen. On the wing, Tatum. And Tatum drills the 3.
Finally, man. Oh my
That's
God.
Tatum's size and high release point. He's able to get that 3-point shot off against virtually anybody.
Pass to Robinson. The rebound.
Stay out my
Celtics.
kitchen.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Now here's Tatum. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday.
What can I say, man?
And it's a
What can I say?
lead.
The rise and fire by Jason Tatum. Ready to catch it and score it immediately.
Oh, no.
Towns looking for an opening. Clock at 6. Here's
Oh,
Bridges.
shit.
And back with his palm.
Give me that.
What a defensive play. Blocked. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Pass to Tatum. To the inside. Oh, Porzingis getting it done inside.
That's what you call using your size in the painted area. Kristaps Porzingis, easy work right there.
Here's Towns. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Porzingis. And stolen by Bridges. Here's Towns.
Oh my goodness.
Back and throws it down right on Porzingis.
How about the creativity, the athleticism? That's a rare combination for a guy his size. Go to work, Cat.
Pass to Holiday. Now Porzingis takes the 3. Drills it from deep. Porzingis has got 5 points now this quarter.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis.
Denied.
So both teams making some changes here. And there's 1:38 left in the third quarter. Kicks it out Towns. 4 on the clock. To the paint.
Who the fuck is Dingus Dingus?
Boy, this guy has been on a mission. Karl Anthony Towns will not be denied on the offensive end of the floor.
Here's Porzingis. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Porzingis has got 7. Pass to Towns. Second shot opportunity. And it's good on the layup.
Damn.
Towns has got 11 points here in the second half.
Guys, that is what you call two physical, hard-earned points from Karl Anthony Towns. Go ahead and embrace that contact.
Pritchard gets
Can't leave him open.
This is as pure a shooter
Come
as
on,
there is.
man.
You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
And timeout is called.
On the defensive end, they kept the pressure on and forced a number of miscues.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Kristaps Porzingis.
And his activity level on defense, self-evident, racking up steals, deflections. I mean, he was a handful tonight.
And short of a miracle, they're walking out of here with a tough loss.
Now we
They
go for a
fought all
dagger.
night. A terrific effort, but they just couldn't make enough big plays.
Pass to Tatum. Now White. For three. That shot is off. And so it's Boston easily
Damn.
grabbing this one. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the winds can feel a little